Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Computer Applications at Ozarka College. What I thought I'd do today is give you just a short introduction to this course so that you can kind of be prepared for this semester. And specifically, I'm going to go over the high points of the syllabus with you and then kind of explain what we've got coming up due the first week of class and the second week of class. Alright, so first thing is when you first log into Ozarka, of course you're going to see a list of your course schedule, the classes that you're registered for this semester. Of course, one of them will be this course, CPSI1003. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to the page that you see here. It'll basically have information about the course at the top of the page, and then it will have an announcements heading right below that. Anytime during the semester that I need to share information with you that's important for the class as a whole, that's where I'll post it in that announcement section. So always make sure that you pay attention to the announcements because there will be some important information there that I share with you during the course of this semester. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the page there are links that allow you to navigate to various parts of the course page. And so it starts with activities, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Goes all the way down in alphabetical order there. The one that I want to start with today, since it is important to understand the basic guidelines for the class, is let's go ahead and click on the syllabus link. And this course syllabus is basically the document that has all the information on it related to all the guidelines and the procedures and all the things that we're going to be responsible for this semester, both you as a student and me as an instructor. All right, so it just kind of lays everything out for us. So at the very top of the syllabus, just obviously it has information about this course. Since, of course, this is an online course, so we don't actually meet in person, obviously. We're going to be doing everything online in Ozarka. But you'll notice it has also right below the course information is information about me. So you notice my name, my phone number, my email address, my office hours. And for most of you, unless you're on the Mountain View campus, and by the way, that's where my office is on the Mountain View campus. So unless you're on the Mountain View campus and you are able to come by and see me in person during my office hours, probably most of you are not going to have that opportunity. So because you're on other campuses, so probably the best way to contact me is through the course mail, which is over here on the left-hand side. That's another one of those navigation links. So you can click on that, type in your questions. Make sure that when you're asking me questions that you are as specific as possible. Make sure that you clearly state, what your question is or your comment so that I can understand it with just one email. If I have to send you an email back trying to clarify what you've said in the first email, then it's going to take longer to get that question answered. So be as specific and as thorough as possible as far as explaining what your question is. Now, normally I will get back to you through course mail within just a couple of hours if it's during a regular time that I'm in my office during the week. Normally I'll get back to you very, very quickly. Now, if it's on a weekend or late at night, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer. But I check my course mail on a regular basis throughout the day, and I'm really good at getting back to students fairly quickly. So I think you'll be satisfied with that. But But basically, just let me know if you have any questions about my contact information or my office hours. Now, also, if you have something that some question or concern or comment that you would like to share with me through Google Meet, through an online meeting with me face to face, then we can do that as well. You'll just need to let me know at least a few hours ahead of time so that I can set up an appointment for you, and we can I can make sure that I'm in my office and ready to meet with you that way. So there's a couple different ways that you can contact me if you want to. I feel like most of you are probably going to want to contact me through course mail, but like I said, if you do want to set up a virtual meeting, I'm open to that as well. All right, so just let me know if you have questions about that. Now, the next 3 items on the course syllabus are all closely tied together, and those are the course description, rationale, and outcomes. Basically, just in very general terms, what we will be teaching and learning in this class this semester, basic outcomes for this class, are we are going to learn how to use Microsoft Word, which is a word processing program, to create various types of documents, like flyers and research papers and letters and so forth. We're also going to learn how to use Microsoft Excel, which is a spreadsheet program or a worksheet program that allows you to create workbooks that contain formulas and functions and charts. And then finally, the last program that we'll learn how to use is Microsoft PowerPoint, which is a presentation graphics program that allows us to create slideshows, animations, and so forth to be used in a presentation. All right, so those are basically the things that we're going to cover this semester, our basic outcomes. And of course, the rationale for taking a class like this, for most people, it's not very difficult to understand that obviously we need to know how to use the productivity software that businesses use on a regular basis in order to be successful in a particular business-related job, or really any job today requires you to have some basic knowledge of productivity software. So that's basically what we're going to be focused on for this class. So just read through those sections there of the syllabus and let me know if you have any questions. It's pretty well self-explanatory though. All right, the next item on the syllabus is the textbook required materials. We will be using this textbook that's listed here, Shelley Cashman series, Microsoft Word, Office 365, introductory. Make sure that when you go and purchase your textbook, whether it's at the Ozarka bookstore or through some other source, make sure that you take this information with you, including the ISBN number, and make sure you're getting the correct textbook. This is the first semester that we're using this particular textbook. So if you're not going to be able to buy a used textbook from a student that took the class last year or the year before, because this is a new edition of the textbook. All right, so the old edition will not work. All right, so just make sure, again, that you get the correct textbook. This is what it looks like. There's a thumbnail there on the syllabus that shows you what it looks like, but I just thought I'd hold it up for you so you can see exactly what it looks like. So just make sure you get the correct textbook, and we will be using the textbook heavily in this class. So it's not one of those classes where the textbook is an option. You must have the textbook to be able to do the work for this class. All right. Now, there are also, since this is an online class and this is obviously a software class, you're going to need to have access to both the internet for the class itself because it's online, but also because we're teaching software in this class, we're learning how to use software, we need the appropriate software to be able to do the activities for the class. And in our case, that is Office 365. And so make sure, and you can actually download for free as a student. You can download Microsoft Office 365 on your home computer if you want to do the work at home. Of course, you can also use the computer labs on campus. Each of the 3 campuses have labs that have this software already installed. So either way, you need to have access to the software. Now, earlier versions of Office, like Office 2010 or 2013 or 2016 won't work for this class. You must have the latest version of Office, which is, if you're looking at the online download for Office, it's Office 365. If you have a desktop version of Office, it's the latest one is Office 2021. All right, but that's one of the very first things you're going to need to do for this class is make sure you download the correct software for this class and have it ready so that you can do your activities for this class. All right, just read through the rest of that information there under textbook required materials. Let me know if you have questions. All right, and I'll be sending out some more information about that a little bit later, and I will show you where on the activities page there's a link where you can access the page where you can start that download install process for that software. Okay, all right. Methods of instruction. Just kind of read through that. I'm not going to read it to you. Obviously, this is an online class, so we're going to be doing all of our activities electronically through Miles Arca. So it's going to be through the Miles Arca site and also through email and so forth. So just kind of look through that section and let me know if you have questions. Now, that brings us to the next section on the syllabus, which is called evaluation procedures. This is probably the most important part of the syllabus, simply because this is where it tells you exactly how your grade is going to be determined in this class. All right, so you'll notice there are 4 items that make up your grade for this class. There are assignments, objective tests, production exams, and a final exam. All right, and I'm not going to read all that to you. You can read through that. Let me know if you have questions. It's pretty well self-explanatory. But you also notice there's a percentage next to each one of those types of activities that will make up your grade. And so, for example, there's a 32% next to assignments. That just means that all the assignments that will complete this semester will represent 32% of your final course grade. Okay, so just kind of look through that. Let me know if you have questions. All right. The next item on the course syllabus is the grading scale. This is the standard grading scale that you see in most classes. Shouldn't be a surprise to you. Probably the same grading scale that you saw in high school. So just read through that. Let me know if you have questions. Next item is the makeup policy. Now, just in general, what I try to do in my classes is I try to give you plenty of time to get each set of activities submitted. And because of that, I generally do not allow makeup work. But if you have a special circumstance that you think warrants me looking at your specific case and possibly allowing you to submit something late, then just send me a course mail and I will look at your individual case and make a determination. Now, the first week or two of class, I generally give you a little bit more leeway than later on in the semester, simply because I know that sometimes it's hard to get textbooks for certain classes, and so that something that's beyond your control like that, I will generally allow you to have a little bit extra time. But if it's something that, you just forgot the assignment or something like that, generally I do not allow things to be made up for those reasons. Okay? So just kind of read through the makeup policy. Let me know if you have questions. Next item is attendance policy. Basically, this is an online class, so we're not obviously meeting in person, but just in general, to make sure that you stay on track in the class and that you're remembering due dates and so forth and reading announcements that I post, make sure that you check this course in Miles Arca at least once a day. That would be really the bare minimum, I would say. If you're not checking the course page every day, you're probably going to have a greater risk of forgetting a set of activities that's coming up due, or missing an important announcement that I posted on the main course page in Miles Arca. So that's the main thing with attendance in a online class, is that you need to make sure you're logging in to Miles Arca, checking each of your courses on a daily basis, because that's the best way to stay on track. Make sure you don't fall behind, okay, and forget things. All right. The next section there on the syllabus is academic integrity. The main thing for this class is just make sure that you do your own work. You can get help from other students if you want to. There is tutoring available and so forth, and that's fine. But you still need to do your own work. Even if you get somebody else to help you, you still need to actually physically do the work itself. All right? And so it is a violation of the academic integrity policy of the college if you turn in work that was completed by someone else. All right? So just kind of keep that in mind. And then the last several items there on the syllabus are things that you can just read through. It's nothing that I need to explain. It's pretty well self-explanatory. So just read through the rest of the syllabus. Now, I very quickly here went over the core syllabus, but you need to, the first week of class, you need to read through this when you have some time the first week of class, and carefully read through it. Don't just scan it. Make sure you're reading it. And let me know if you have any questions, okay? Because during the course of the semester, we're going to be going by what's on the syllabus as far as all of the things that we do this semester. So you're not going to be able to later on in the semester have a valid argument if something was on the syllabus and you just didn't read that portion of the syllabus or understand it and didn't ask questions about it. That's not going to be a valid excuse later. Okay, so make sure that you're carefully reading through the syllabus and let me know if you have questions about it. All right, so that's the core syllabus. Now let's go to the activities page. You'll notice the activities link on that left-hand side of those navigation links. It's the very first item there, and that activities page is the one that's going to be used most often for you as a student in this class, simply because it has all the activities listed that we're going to complete this semester, along with the due dates, okay, and the points that each one is worth. And so all of the important information as far as what's going to make up your grade for this semester is on this activities page. Now, you'll notice it's broken down into the weeks of the semester, all the way from week 1 down to week 17. Now, there are some weeks where there won't be anything due, okay? That's just the way it works out sometimes. I go by however long it takes to get through a particular module, and sometimes modules will take more than 1 week to cover. And so there will be some weeks where nothing's due, but there will be some weeks where there are several things due. All right? So that's, again, another reason to check the course page on a regular basis so that you can kind of remember the things that are due. All right. So under week 1, you'll notice there are 3 links there. First one is getting started. Let's go ahead and click on that. And here what I've done is I've included some basic information for the class. There's a course schedule, which basically is a table that I created in Word that just shows all of the activities, all the assignments for the semester, and the corresponding due dates. And it's just a document that's a little bit better formatted than what you would see on the activities page when you print it. And I know that some students like to have a schedule that they can print out and put with their textbook to kind of mark off the steps or mark off the activities as they do them, just to it's kind of an organizational thing. So you don't have to use that. All the assignments and so forth that are on the schedule are also on the activities page, and all the same due dates. It's just an extra kind of a convenience thing for those that want a formatted document that they can print out and use to kind of keep track of due dates. All right, then there's a link to the syllabus. There's a link to the textbook and so forth. So basically, a lot of the same information that you can get elsewhere on the course page. This just provides a kind of a central location where you can find the important information, especially that you need that first week of class. All right, just to kind of get you started. All right, let's go back to the activities page. So we looked at the getting started page or link. Now let's look at introduce yourself. Let's go ahead and click that. What this is it's a discussion that I've created where I introduce myself to the class, and what I want you to do as part of this activity is you're going to click on the reply button and type in some information about yourself. Share whatever information that you would like to share with the class. Of course, your name, your maybe where you're from, your major, your career goals, your educational goals, maybe some of your hobbies and interests and so forth. Whatever information you want to share with the class. This is just a way for us to kind of get to know each other a little bit better. Since we don't see each other face-to-face in person, this is just a way for us to at least get to know each other a little bit before we actually start completing activities for the course. And as each of you reply to this discussion with information about yourself, I will also be replying and welcoming you to the class and so forth, but also sharing some additional information about myself. All right? So in this introduce yourself discussion item is really the only thing that's due the first week of class. So even though you notice there are 3 items under week 1, the only one of those that actually has you turn something in for a grade will be the introduce yourself discussion there. All right? Now the last item under week 1 is the download Microsoft Office 365 link. Let's go ahead and click on that. And just as I discussed earlier, because we are learning how to use Microsoft Office software in this class, obviously we need to have access to the software to do the activities for this class. And this is the page where you can download Office 365 on your home computer. All right? And the other instructor in the business department that also teaches this class has created a video here that I've linked at the bottom where he takes you step by step through the process of downloading Office 365 on your computer. Okay? So just use those links and download the software. Go ahead and download it as soon as possible. Don't wait until the day of the first set of activities is due, because inevitably you're going to run into some issues, and then you're not going to be able to get your activities, that first set of activities, completed and submitted on time. So go ahead, basically the first week of class, you need to make sure that you get your textbook as soon as possible, that you download the software as soon as possible. Again, make sure you understand the syllabus that first week as well. You need to do all those things before you start working on the activities. Okay? All right, let's go back to the activities page. So basically, I have covered everything under week 1. Now, you'll notice the first set of chapter activities or module activities from the textbook are due during week 2. All right, and I purposely give you a little bit extra time there to get that first set of activities completed, because I know, sometimes students have to have a little bit extra time getting their textbook. There are some problems that sometimes happen with financial aid and so forth, getting your textbook. So basically that first set of textbook activities will be due Wednesday, August 28th, which is Wednesday of the second week of class. So you'll have some time there, but you'll need to get started on those activities as soon as you get your textbook and download the software. You'll need to get started on those Module 1 activities. All right? And when you click on each one of these assignment links here under week 2, there'll be some instructions there, and you just need to make sure, like for example, this is the Word Module 1 Assignment 1 instructions. So I give you some general instructions at the top, and then towards the bottom here, I'll give you some more specific instructions. Now, let me caution you just a little bit. It's going to be very, very critical that you read carefully through these instructions that I provided, because there are some things that have changed in Microsoft Office, the latest version of Microsoft Office, since the textbook was published. For example, the default font has changed in Word. The default design theme has changed. And so you'll notice in the instructions here, I've given you some specific steps and instructions as a way to kind of deal with those changes that have been made since the book was published. So just carefully read through the instructions there, and then you'll notice there are any kind of data files that you need for the class or for the assignment are listed under additional resources. And then also under additional resources, you'll notice there are videos where I basically show you step by step how to work through the first assignment for each new module. So, and it's broken down into parts there. There's a part 1, part 2, part 3. So if you're having problems working through the steps in the textbook, then what you can do is watch these videos and kind of work along with the videos where I show you step by step how to complete each of the assignments. Okay, so let's go back to activities here. So again, during week 2, all those activities listed there will be due by Wednesday, August 28th. All right. So that's really all I have for you for today. So, again, just work through those things that I outlined for weeks 1 and 2. And let me know if you have questions. You can use the course mail to send me any questions that you have, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. So have a good first week of class and have a good semester. I'm really looking forward to teaching this class this semester. This is a class that I've taught just about every semester, the 25 years that I've been here at Ozarka, and I really enjoy teaching it. So I'm looking forward to a great semester, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.